Charm City is sparkling on a Monday night. Perfect night weather-wise here in September. And what a matchup to finish off week 3. The great Lamar Jackson, who can light it up on Monday nights. We'll give you the numbers during the game off the charts. He likes playing on Mondays. And Jared Goff, man, did he like playing last Sunday. 5 touchdown passes in a win over the Chicago Bears. 2 red-hot quarterbacks, 2 good teams going at it. On ABC, ESPN.
31 meters, range 55 degrees. The city's quiet.
It feels like the whole league is watching this one tonight.
Buzzing in the D, don't budge. Lamar breaking loose, Hutch tighten the clutch. Motown muscle, the Ravens take flight. Week 3 class got them primetime lights. Monday night.
Lob is deep. Makes the catch. Downfield caught. Can't bring him down. And he's gonna go. Touchdown. What a night in Baltimore, Maryland, as we welcome you to the progressive Monday night kickoff. And we cannot wait for this thing to kick off. And welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck, along with the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman, Lisa Salters, Laura Rutledge. Both are coming right up. Glad to have you with us. And it is a really good matchup here tonight. 2 teams that had big wins this past week. So let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. They are a Super Bowl or bust team here in 2025, trying to win their division for the 3rd straight year. That part is no problem for them, but they need some postseason success. And Lamar Jackson is wired on a Monday night and ready to go.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable when you follow his career. He came into the league, he was dangerous because of all the things he could do with his legs, but since Todd Monken took over as the offensive coordinator and play caller, what he's been able to do from within the pocket has made him feared across the league by every opposing defense. They've upgraded the skill players around him, but they're still built around running the football. They didn't do that very well in that win last week against Cleveland, but this is a game the Baltimore Ravens love to play. It's going to be physical, it's going to be tough, and there's nothing that they like more than that. So it's going to be a fun game to watch and see how they come out.
Moments ago, Lisa Salters caught up with Lamar Jackson. We'll take you down to the field for a performance above, brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Lisa.
Lamar, you have dominated the NFC, 24-2 against NFC teams, including beating the Lions twice. So what's been the key to your success against Detroit that you hope to continue tonight?
I feel like, we always get extra study time against those guys. We only play them once a year. But just locking in and just seeing what they do, the best they do, and the worst things they do against us, and we just capitalize and execute. That's all.
Now, Derrick Henry says all he's been able to think about all week was his performance against Cleveland. He wants to break loose so badly tonight. How do you get him rolling?
Man, just keep feeding that giant, man. Keep giving him the ball and just let him do what he do. That's all.
Good luck to you tonight, Lamar.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. This place is already loud back here. Let's talk about Detroit. Super Bowl or bust for them, too. They won a franchise record 15 games last year, and they were one and done in the playoffs. Jared Goff coming off a very good game. And this offense with a new coordinator is still trying to find their way a little bit.
They really are, and I think everybody, me included, was real interested in how the Lions were going to come out of the gates with new offensive and defensive play callers. Week 1 didn't go so well. They were on the road. They got some young offensive linemen up front. Communication wasn't great. You mentioned Jared Goff's game last week. That's the way they want this offense to look. It's what we saw last year from this team. But here's another big game for them on the road. Get a chance to see how well they handle the communication up front. It's going to be interesting to see, but you hate to use the term measuring stick, but that's exactly what this game is for the Detroit Lions.
Let's talk defense for a quick sec. Aiden Hutchinson is back. He broke his leg last year, only played 5 games. And Laura Rutledge, he is raring to go tonight.
He absolutely is, Joe, and he actually says he feels better than he did before he broke his leg because of the way he's attacked his rehab to get back on the field. He credits his family with helping him through it because he said the pain was significant, both physically and mentally. His mom, Melissa, took him to rehab every single day. His family was all hands on deck, surrounding him with support. But now that Aiden Hutchinson is 100%, he's taking on an even bigger role in this Lions defense. Defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard telling us that he has the green light to line up wherever he wants throughout the game, trusting his instincts so much that they give him that ability. And Aiden Hutchinson said tonight the goal is get in Lamar's face as much as possible. He's going to do everything he can to throw him off. Joey said sometimes with Lamar, you just got to take your chances and go for it.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch all night tonight, Laura. Aiden Hutchinson trying to find and take down Lamar Jackson. This place is ready. It's just week 3 around the National Football League. 2 teams coming off wins. 2 teams coming in 1-1. The Ravens about to take the field. And you've been watching the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. We'll kick it off when we come back.
Now taking the field bearing the colors of the United States of America. And now, singing our national anthem, written here in Baltimore, please welcome Baltimore School for the Arts alum, currently appearing in the Broadway revival of Chess, Samantha Polino.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Just a beautiful presentation of our national anthem. It's the Lions and the Ravens. Coming up next.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
All right, ready to roll here in Baltimore. Moments ago, the Ravens won the toss. They defer, so the Lions will start this night with the football. Glad to have you with us on ABC and ESPN. John Harbaugh on the right, season number 18 with the Baltimore Ravens, and Dan Campbell, season number 5. Two guys that guided their teams into the postseason, 2 division winners a year ago. Lamar Jackson getting set to roll. He'll watch his defense start tonight. Little pop. So here are the top 2 guys in the NFL with regard to speed getting to the line of scrimmage. Gibbs on the left. He's the fastest in the league. He gets up to 11.5 miles per hour when he hits the line of scrimmage, and just behind him is the big body of Derrick Henry. So Jared Goff and company back to work. Teams traded touchdowns, then they traded 3 and outs. Third possession for number 16 when we come back. Next week, we'll bring you a Monday Night Football doubleheader at 7 Eastern on ESPN, Jets and Dolphins. And then an hour later at 8 o'clock Eastern on ABC, the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a rough one against the Vikings, taking on the Denver Broncos, who have had 2 real tough losses to swallow in weeks 2 and 3. Both games will be available on the all-new ESPN app. Gibbs and Montgomery have done special things since 2023, and their combined rush TDs, the most by any teammates across the NFL. Gibbs has a touchdown tonight, and they are easily the best duo around the National Football League. Each has had over 1,000 scrimmage yards and 10+ touchdowns each of the last 2 years, and they're the first duo that can say that in NFL history. Take a look at this combination of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Most games with a rush touchdown by running back teammates in NFL history. And leading that way over 4 guys, pairs of teammates, all 4 guys in the Hall of Fame are Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Stay tuned for the All-State halftime. SVP Ryan Clark, Jason Kelsey. First half takeaways from our game, and Boomer as his fastest 3 minutes on what was just a crazy day yesterday around the NFL. Halftime's coming up. Jason Kelsey, hopefully he got his wind back.
It's a chin strap, it's not a nose strap.
How is he breathing? Jason, you can say no.
Yeah, sometimes you got to remind guys, you know.
Good for him. They're looking for him. They're missing. I don't know what kind of sacks that was. Somebody let the internet tell me. I'll crowdsource for what that was. There's Stanford Steve. Those two just chopping it up down there.
Chopping it up, yeah, just talking ball.
Talking ball. Like he did on the porch in Henrietta. Left. Monday Night Lights. These two guys love playing on Monday nights. They're their career numbers. Each guy 7-2. Here are the numbers tonight. I mean, identical records coming in and identical total yards for the 2 starting quarterbacks here in week 3.
Yeah, both these quarterbacks tonight have had excellent first halves.
Putting the pedal down as we'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Joe Buck and the new Henrietta Aikman over here to my right. We thought this would be a good game coming in, and it has not disappointed at all. Both teams really impressive tonight.
Yeah, they've been good. But it did remind me, one year I thought the Super Bowl was going to be played in Henrietta, but that's a whole nother story. So this first half has lived up to what we thought it would be coming into this game. It's a big game for both these teams. We talked about it being a measuring stick, and in a lot of ways it is, although they've shown me enough that as long as these guys can stay healthy, like the last several other years, they're going to be right there when it's all said and done.
Is no good. Wide to the left. Ravens will receive the second half kickoff as we give you another look. And we'll send it down to Laura Rutledge with Dan Campbell.
All right, thank you, Joe. Now, the kick wasn't good there, but how would you describe the offense and the way it's functioned so far in this game?
Well, we've done a good job. You know, we'd have been a little bit better there towards the end when we got the ball back, made a hell of a stop defensively. We talked about playing complementary football and helping each other out, and we've really done that. So, listen, I like where we're at. We got to regroup. It's a good team over there, but we'll bounce back and be good.
You called out time of possession as important in this one. You possessed the ball almost 20 minutes in that first half. What can you say about that?
Well, that's one of the things we wanted to do. You know, we were able to sustain drives. We got to be able to do it again in the second half.
All right, thank you, Dan.
All right, thank you.
Joe.
Laura, they had the longest drive in the NFL this season, that 10-minute, 48-second drive that went 98.5 yards for a touchdown. And this game is tied at 14. Ravens get the ball to start the second half. Allstate, halftime, coming up next. Tonight's first half highlights are presented by Target. What a matchup to finish off week 3. Gibbs, touchdown.
Not the first guy that we've seen Lamar do that to.
Forget first down. How about touchdown? Play action. Touchdown, Ravens. Get everything you need to win game day at Target. Tied at 14 after a half of play. Ravens about to get the ball. You're about to see our faces. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Lisa Salters, Laura Rutledge down on the field. We'll hear from Lisa in just a second, but surprising that Zay Flowers has not been targeted in this game yet.
It is a little bit surprising. The Lions aren't doing anything special to try to take him out, but the reality is the Ravens, they only had 21 first half plays. So and 9 of those were passes. So they just haven't had the ball really all that much and haven't had that many offensive snaps. I would expect that to change. Todd Monken, when we visited with him, he said, hey, Zay Flowers is going to get the ball. He has gotten the ball the first couple of weeks, and he's the key. So he is a focal point for this offense.
Aiden Hutchinson tonight. He's been on the left side. He's been on the right side. More on the right tonight. And one snap on the interior of the defensive line. This is Ali and Rasheen Ali out across the 25. Moments ago, Lisa Salters caught up with John Harbaugh.
John, you get the ball to start this second half. There was some success, but also some frustration on offense in the first half. Just what do you have to clean up?
Well, we'd love to have finished that drive down there going in, but I thought our defense did a great job stepping up and getting that sack. You know, you go for it, pin them back in. That's kind of the worst case scenario, but then the ball got out to the 20 and then our defense stepped up. So I'm proud. If it's going to be that kind of a game back and forth, just find a way to win the next drive, win the next play.
You talked about your defense. That 18-play Lions touchdown drive seemed to take a lot out of them. Just what did you like about the way they just bounced right back?
Well, I do appreciate the way they bounced back and fought. I mean, I thought we fought through the drive. We just didn't get off the field on third down, especially a lot of third and long. If we get them in third and long, we need to get off the field if we can, which we did the last 2 drives.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Neutral zone infraction. He came into this game just percentage points, decimal points, figures, numbers better than Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. But, I mean, line up whoever you want behind those names right there. It's Lamar Jackson on top.
Well,
it was a divisional playoff loss at Buffalo, and Mark Andrews was just gutted with the way his game went on that cold night in Buffalo. A fumble, a drop on a 2-point try that would have tied it, a 27-25 loss, and more heartache and heartbreak for the Ravens in the postseason. Well, tonight, 5 catches, and he just scored on his 14-yard catch, his first touchdown of the season, and he's come in with the right attitude.
Hallo, 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 wie geht's? Hallo, hallo, ich hab Jersey für euch, paar Pompoms für die Kinder. Let's go, Lions! Yeah.
Amon-Ra honors his German heritage by traveling to Germany annually to host youth summer camps. His mother Miriam is German. And that was footage from a June visit. Amon-Ra visited a preschool that he attended in Leverkusen, which borders the city of Cologne. Well, that is That's Liv's Tavern in Baltimore's vibrant Federal Hill neighborhood. They look vibrant.
Sure do. Look like they're having a heck of a time. How can you not watching this game with a cold beer?
How are you? Scott Van Pelt coming up on the Nationwide Post game. We will visit with one of the stars of the game here from both quarterbacks, coaches. Go inside the winning locker room as well and look forward to talking about this fantastic game with you and Troy. Joe, back to you. 4th and 2.
Yep. Yeah, and 4th and 2, and the Lions, Troy, look like they're going to go for it. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down tries in this game.
Yeah, maybe they try to hard count, draw them off sides, but didn't appear to be any hesitation from Dan Campbell. Not surprised. He's got big onions. I mean, this is a bold move. Even with a 1st down, they cannot run out the clock because the Ravens still have all 3 timeouts.
Boy, this is some impressive night. Hank Fraley, his nickname was Honey Buns when he played for the Philadelphia Eagles. What a job he's done with that group. And look at the rush yards tonight. And then when the Lions needed a perfect throw from Jared Goff all night long, they got it.
Well, as someone who was a part of a great offensive line and a great running back and being able to do what the Lions have done tonight and ice a game that I know how good that feels. Jared Goff delivered the perfect throw on 4th down. But you mentioned Hank Fraley, the job that he's done with this group and what he's done since he came here to Detroit, and these young guys, and they've been questioned all week long, even after their performance last week. And to have the night they've had on the road in a big game, we talked about it being a measuring stick tonight. I mean, that's going to be one heck of a plane ride back to Detroit.
No head coach goes for it more on 4th down. He's done it 3 more times tonight since he's been head coach in 2021.
Has it blocked again? The kick is blocked. Field goal attempt is blocked. Scooped up and will be taken all the way. It's over, and the Chargers remain unbeaten. San Francisco is in first place. They win it at the Horn.
So there's just some of it in week 3. The special teams craziness. Blocked field goal return for a touchdown to end the game for Philly. They blocked what would have been a game-winning field goal had it been hit by the Rams. And then you can look at those other little nuggets right there. It was crazy. And now I guess what would only add to that would be if the Ravens come up with the 2nd successful onside kick of the season. Teams are 1 for 11. The only team to get one was Carolina in week 2 at Arizona. There is some bad news, though. They do have 3 upcoming opponents the next 3 weeks that all played in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they will head into Kansas City next week with a record of 1-2. That game on Sunday. And this is an 8-point win for the Lions to get to 2-1. And this was an impressive night all the way around for Detroit. 38 carries on the night for the Lions, 224 yards, 4 touchdowns. Goff 20 of 28, 202, 1 touchdown, no picks, and he made some big throws when they mattered most.
Well, he sure did. And what they were able to do on 3rd down tonight, it was in a lot of ways the difference, but when they needed him to make the throw and deliver, he did it.
Let's send it down to Laura Rutledge with Jared Goff.
All right, I'm corralling him here. Jared, let's start with the going for it on 4th and 2. You make an incredible throw to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Why did that play work?
Yeah, we kind of had that one in our back pocket all day, and then I was kind of begging for it throughout the game, and Dan was holding it, and that was a perfect moment for it, and it worked great.
It looked like you were telling David Montgomery to go down, too, before he scored, but then he scored, right?
Yeah, I think I might be wrong there. I think we want to score there, so I'm glad he did. But I was thinking game might have been over, but I'm glad he scored.
Yeah, it worked out well. How would you describe the way this offense operated tonight, really eating up the clock and doing the things you wanted to do?
Did exactly what we wanted to do. We talked about it all week, being able to sustain long drives, keep their offense off the field, and, we needed all these points tonight, and that offense is dang good, and we got them all.
What can you say about your defense limiting Lamar at times?
They were incredible. They really were, and they were forcing turnovers. And to be honest, we didn't capitalize great on turnovers, but we did enough to win, and I thought our defense was stellar.
All right, thanks so much, Jared. Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Joe.
Yeah, Laura, just to put a number to it, 7 sacks by that Detroit defense, none by the Ravens tonight of Jared Goff. And what a night it was. Back and forth they went. And in the end, it was Detroit getting the 8-point win to get to 2-1 and send the Ravens to 1-2. Final score 38-30. Until next week, our group will be in Denver for the Bengals and the Broncos. Also the Dolphins and Jets in a doubleheader. Monday Night Postgame presented by Nationwide with SVP starts now.
Joe, thank you very much. Coming up on SportsCenter, Amon-Ra St. Brown will join us on the set. We will take inside the winning locker room. We'll hear from both sides, the winning coach and the losing side as well. If you've been watching on ABC, your late local news is next on ESPN. The Nationwide postgame is just 90 seconds away. We will see you there.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.